Temperatures in the 90s and our heat advisory continues.
Yeah, relief still a couple of days away. John Milan has the complete forecast still ahead.
Also coming up, a moving memorial.
July 12th. It was a beautiful day. The sun was beating down. I decided to go to the park with my dog Remy. When I pulled up to the park, there was a van sitting there. I didn't really think anything of it because it's a park. It was very peaceful, very quiet, and it was just me and my dog, which is what I love to do. We walked through the woods a little bit, and we were there for about an hour. Once it got really hot, I'm like, okay, let's get back to the car. That's when I noticed the van was still there. I probably got halfway to my car. I heard somebody running from behind me. I did a very quick double take, and that's when I saw the knife in his hand. He tackles me on the ground. I thought he was trying to kill me. I was terrified. We fought on the ground. There's blood everywhere. I think that was like my fight or flight. The police, they wanted to figure out who was this, who did it, how can we find them, and just try to understand what's going on here.
And as scary as this attack was, what was about to happen next to a different young woman in the area would be even more terrifying.
Oh my God.
Hartford 911, what's your emergency?
My daughter is blue. I went to wake her up, and I just got home from lunch, and she won't wake up.
How old is your daughter?
19.
She's
oh
19.
My God.
Okay, so is she breathing?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, not breathing? Okay.
I don't think so. She's blue. I tried to wake her up, and she's not even waking up.
Okay.
Jesse!
Jessie was really bright. She had a ton of energy and passion. I'm Buck Blodgett. I'm Jessie's dad. Jessie, she went to UWM, University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. She's 19 years old.
Jessie was a very talented musician. She could play the piano, she could sing, she could play the violin.
Jessie was a performer more than anything. She would find her way to a stage and entertain.
There's nothing like the opening night of a show. It's high energy, everybody's really excited.
That energy is infectious, and the audience feels that from the moment they come through the outer doors.
The first week of Fiddler on the Roof, it was everywhere. It was the talk of the town. Jessie got the role as the fiddler.
A fiddler on the roof. Sounds crazy, though.
She got to play the violin, which is something that she was always extraordinary at.
I was so proud of her. She won the title role in her first community theater out of school. And she started her own business that summer and had 28 mostly kids coming to our house every week for piano, voice, and violin lessons. The morning of July 15th was Jessie's first morning that summer to sleep in. They just had opening weekend and the late night cast party. So this Monday morning, she was pooped.
It was a typical morning for Jessie's mom. She walked into her room to drop off some laundry before she headed off to work.
Joy came home for lunch, called up to Jessie. No answer. She didn't think much of it. She called up to Jessie again, still no answer. And then she looks out the picture window while she's eating a quick lunch, and she sees one of Jessie's 6-year-old students and her dad walking up our driveway. And so now she calls upstairs, Jessie, your lesson's here. And there's still no answer, so she runs upstairs and goes into Jesse's room. She goes over to her. She reaches out to wake Jesse up, and Jesse's cold.
She's cold. She's cold.
She's cold.
She's cold. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm gonna page out police. So hang on. I will be with you in just a second.
You can hear Joy's emotion. It's heartbreaking. Then, when she's put on hold, you can still hear her in the background calling out for her daughter.
Honey, what happened to you?
Ma'am, I have EMS is coming and police will be there shortly. They're on their way. Ma'am, is anyone else with you?
What?
Is anyone else with you?
No.
I got the phone call that every parent fears. And Joy said, honey, it's Jessie. I came home and she's not responding.
No. Honey, no.
And she said, the EMTs are here. And I said, hon, is she... And then I didn't want to say the word. So I said, gone. Is she gone? And she just tailed off into tears. So I hang up the phone and grab my car keys and drive home.
We saw a bunch of police cars outside of Jesse's house. We tried calling her, we tried texting her, but we couldn't get a hold of anyone.
Lieutenant Jim Zawicki was one of the detectives that arrived that day. So we're outside what was the Blodgett home. You came here to process the scene.
Yes. It was a day off for me. My phone rang. It was my captain at the time saying that they had a suspicious death in the city of a young person. I parked, I walked around, I checked doors and windows and checked for anything that looked like forced entry or if there were going to be any problems. I didn't notice any of that. I walk into the house and I just kind of get an immediate feel of what we have here.
Where was Jessie found?
Jessie was found up in her bedroom.
Upstairs.
Upstairs.
So this was Jessie's room?
This was. We had taken video of her bedroom and I saw it was a normal young lady's bedroom. When I arrived up here, Jessie was laying in this general direction right here with her feet facing towards the door, her head right about in that direction. I learned subsequently that her mother got her removed from the bed because part of CPR is you want it on a hard surface. So her mother had moved her. I had immediately noticed the way that her head was tilted, you could see a faint ligature mark on the side of her neck. Pressure was applied to her neck via some type of ligature, and there was pressure applied from the back, which is something she couldn't have done. We could also identify some faint bruising on the wrists and the ankle area. Her hands had been bound together, her ankles possibly bound together as well.
This was a more intimate murder.
Yes, I would agree with that. Someone who strangles, that's someone who is more comfortable, especially if they come into someone else's house to be able to do that.
So as Lieutenant Zawicki looks over the room, he's searching everywhere, just anywhere, to see what could have been used as the murder weapon.
We found extension cords in the room that were used to plug things in. She also had the pulling type of shades that you can pull and control that had that rope on them too.
None of the items that he was finding in that room matched the marks on her neck. Any other evidence found in this room?
There was a little bit of blood evidence that was found on the sheets and the pillowcases. There was no signs of a struggle, no ransacking, and actually when I had first shown up, I went into the breezeway area. She had a piano, and on top of that was some cash from a piano lesson, and that money wasn't taken. This wasn't a robbery.
Did the scene seem staged?
Yes, absolutely. The way her mother had found her, she was in bed, she was covered up, her head was on the pillow, as if she was sleeping or as if someone placed her back in bed to make it look like she was sleeping.
Investigators are talking to Jessie's mother. They're trying to figure out what happened. And in those conversations, Jessie's mother tells detectives something really unusual, that Jessie's hair and pants were wet in bed when she found her daughter.
It appeared to be that she was bathed. That struck me as extremely odd.
Now, a mystery surrounding the death of a 19-year-old woman in Washington County.
She died in Hartford.
When we found out that she had been murdered, there was a panic in Hartford. We were so scared. There was a dangerous person on the loose.
To have an actress killed after the first week of your musical. It was beyond any imagination.
Holy cow, something's happening in our area.
Nobody saw this coming.